pretend each knife is going to save a friend's life. Whatever ones you don't get in, your friends don't make it.
I'd never done knife throwing before. And we started and I was like, oh my God, I'm lights. I'm throwing knives.
Anyways, that's a fun way.
Number 1, congrats on album number 6.
Yes.
You know, it's funny. I was talking to Stephen Banks the other day. One of our producers had this great question that I used to love about like sophomore albums.
Yeah.
And it was, they say you have your whole life to write your first album and then the tour to write the second album. By the time you get to the 6th album, what are you drawing from?
Ooh, that's such an interesting way of putting it. That's so real. Wow, I never thought of it like that. Like you have your whole life to do the first one, and then people often have a hard time following it up because all of it's pulling from the following 2 years of experience or whatever. The 6th album, and this, I was thinking about this the other day, what each album in my life encompasses, and I can actually boil each album down to like a 1-liner of like where I was at in life at that time. And like the listening was a young person really just in the world for the first time, experiencing all the hardships of growing up. Siberia was falling in love for the first time. Little Machines was becoming a mother. Skin and Earth was life experiences told through the lens of the comic and the world that I built for that series, that concept album. Pep was sexual empowerment, and A6 is actually a reflective, sort of retrospective look at it all. And it's got a lot of nostalgia, a lot of Easter eggs for the fans that have been with me for the long haul. And I think it's all about recognizing what it took to get here. And that is a lot of, pain and experience and grief and loss and love and all the things in between, where you can look back and you can recognize the journey that you've been on and be proud of it, but also say, this is what I've learned and this is who I am now. And A6 does feel like just a look at it all. And it's a little bit melancholy. I mean, I think that's the heart of what Lights music is. It's happy as sad girl type stuff, but it's all in there. And I don't think I would have made it to album 6 without all of that stuff in between.
You found a recipe. And I think you're perfect for this show, Click and Tell, because we actually go through your journey and go back to all the way to your first post ever. And we found it on Facebook. I don't know if you remember your first post. Do you have any indication what it was?
Well, my first social media ever would have been on MySpace. And that would have been back to like 06.
That's right. Yeah.
That would have been back to like 05 or 06 when I launched the Lights MySpace. I think I posted a Philly cheesesteak or something. Oh, no, it wasn't.
So this is the earliest one that we could find from Facebook, which is like,
2008.
2008. Whoa, that's very much 2008 Lights vibes right there. That's so funny. Good.
Do you remember this?
Well, I think I was working on art for the listening, right? So this would have been right after my EP in 08, and I was kind of hand converting all of my photos into like really simple art, which sort of fed into the side quests of comics that I was constantly doing. So that was around the time that I released my The Story So Far comic, which was my first simple little like single issue comic about my life, but it was all told in like very cute, bright colored photos, or art, pieces of art like that.
Yeah.
And it went really well with the first EP and my first album, The Listening. That's a hilarious find, because I actually don't remember drawing that.
That's so cool.
Is that you though? Like, is that a creation of you holding?
Yeah, I think that's a recreation of a photo that I took, because I wore stuff like that back then, some space princess type stuff.
100%.
But I don't know if I gave myself the ray gun or something. I really liked those.
And you're holding it upside down. I love it.
What's so cool though? So thinking about that, like your space princess, I guess, era.
Yeah.
Every album that you've had, you have a different like visual era. And what's funny I think about social media now, and people are like, oh, you have to have a brand. Mm-hmm. And like people will freak out if you change even your haircut or whatever. They're like, how are they going to recognize you?
Lights has had how many different hair colors? I mean,
right? A new one every era.
Yeah, like I think part of their, if you want to call it your brand, has been adapting and changing. And is that something that you like felt like you had to do? Like, I can't be boxing. You can't tell me that I'm going to be this.
Yeah, I think it is part of that. And I think I didn't plan on that being part of my story, but it was just because the heart of my music is inherently who I am as a person. So if I'm not changing with the music, then you're not getting an authentic version of who this artist is that you like. So that's always been important to me, to reflect the evolution of me as a person, and that's always gone into the art. And I think there is a lot of great examples through history of artists who have longevity, adapting and evolving and changing and allowing themselves to grow. Like, look at Madonna. There's so much change throughout her career, but she's still the same artist. But then you look at other types of artists where it's not about the individual. You look at a band like Coldplay, where they have they've reinvented themselves, but consistently stayed so truly Coldplay. So I think you can go one of two directions, and I've chosen the I'm going to adapt and evolve, and I know that my fans will too, and they have. And people will come up to me at meet and greets and shows and say, I feel like we're on the same journey together. Right? We all changed our hair at the same time. We all got this at the same time. We went through this at the same time. And I think the human experience, we're all going through the same motions. And if we can find an artist that goes through those motions with us, we feel seen. And so there's a degree of that going into it.
Yeah, you are authentically you even through all of it, even though you're refining different ways of creating your music. And that's really reflected in Alive Again. Your song it's so beautiful. And even the video is so beautifully describing what you've gone through. And you mentioned that, the emotions from being a mom to where you are now. Explain to me how you came up with the video for Alive Again.
Okay, so Alive Again, it actually all the visualizers on A6 are less storytelling, because moving from Pep and Skin and Earth, which were very storytelling based, into A6, I just wanted to make music and create feel. So all the videos are sort of aesthetic and feely instead of storytelling. The concept of Alive Again is, our best perspective on where we're at in life is sometimes seen from laying on the bathroom floor at 4 a.m. and looking up, and you're at your rock bottom, and you look up and you can see all the possibility. Yeah. And I think when you're faced with just the fragility of your experience and proximity to mortality, and you recognize everything that is real about the hardships of the world, then you go, this is what's there to lose if I just do everything that I want to do,
right,
and live, right, and do, don't wait to experience all the things I've been waiting to see. Like, life is happening now. And so there was almost this like darkness to that light, and it was, you have to kind of see the darkness to know possibility. And I thought that's kind of like a cool horror concept in a way. And there's some little like horror references in it, and I love horror movies, so I'm like, I'm gonna pull from all my favorite sort of lo-fi horror movies and make this little thing. So there's all kinds of horror movie references in the Alive Again video.
You say you need to see the darkness to see the possibilities.
That's true, I would say.
So I'm curious to know, what is that darkness that you've seen?
I think the same things all of us have experienced. We lose loved ones, right? We experience depression or anxiety or whatever hard parts of our mental wellness journey we're on. We have fears, we have fights, we have loss, and we have failure, but within that we know what we're capable of. And I think if you live life afraid of experiencing any of those emotions, you won't be living life at all. So we have to be willing to put ourselves through hard emotions to actually really experience the best things out of life too. It's about the full range. And I encourage people to always take the more exciting option, because either way, you're going to have a good story to tell at the end.
I'm curious that
don't take this over.
I've learned how to cry recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll sit on the bathroom floor now and just like let it out.
It's the best.
And then clean myself up and then move on.
What's your cue? Is it like something that you think about, or something that cues you?
I don't know. I'm perimenopause. Let's just start crying, and then I'll be sitting on the floor in the bathroom.
I think it's such a good thing, though. It's such a good thing to do. It's the best. Like, I always say, I love
hair.
crying.
Like, why can't I have hair like this? And I'll start crying. Like,
it's
just, you never know. Like, how does this work? Anyway.
Well, you mentioned a minute ago, we were talking about like your very first post, and you go back to the MySpace days, and you're an artist who's been very, very involved with their fandom since you started. And not just about like feedback, what they think, but actually communicating and connecting with them. I'm curious about where you are now, how you feel when someone comes up to you and they relay the messages that you're putting out there, and you know that they get it.
It's amazing. It honestly feels amazing. I get messages that say, I've validated people's maybe religious deconstruction journey, that I've validated them as mothers that feel that motherhood doesn't have to be all that you are, but a facet of what you are, and you can still have your independence and live your dreams. And I think it's so important to see the thing that you wanted to be, and it makes it more possible. And I know that's been true for me in my life. When I see women with guitars on stage when I was a kid, that was like, oh, I can do that too. That's for me. And you know, it's cheesy. They say if you see it, you can be it. But I do think that seeing other people living the example, you go, oh my gosh, I'm so allowed to do this. And it's permission. Because as humans, it's helpful for us to see an example.
I was going to say this photo is a great description of living your dream, as you're mentioning, just going for it.
Right? Yes, 100%. That was just the most recent post, right? That was a day that Gwen Stefani was headlining, just watching her and, you know, knowing how I was watching her perform and just like realize how much that had influenced me. The way that she is on stage, she's so beautiful and put together and so accomplished and so talented, but she's kind of like broing around on stage, and, you know, you can tell she came from the rock world, and there isn't one thing that she's supposed to be. She did everything and that she wanted. She didn't have to fit into a mold. And I was like, that has influenced me more than I even know through my life, you know, growing up watching her.
I'm curious about how you gauge success for it. It's a fantastic picture.
It's such a great shot.
It's so alive, and the crowd is so alive.
Yeah.
But I wanted to know from you how you gauge like success for yourself. You're talking about watching someone on stage who you've watched since you were very young doing their thing. And we have these conversations a lot about like what's next, what's the ceiling, that sort of thing. So you're interacting with artists from, you know, let's call it from the top all the way to like starting. Where do you see yourself on that scale?
That's a great question. I think all of us are wondering that about ourselves. Like, where are we at? What is our limit? What is the amount that we probably can achieve in our life? Like, and that is something that I avoid. I avoid like scaling myself against other artists or looking too hard at the numbers, because to me, and I've come to make myself recognize this and take it in, because any other scale is only going to make you feel bad. Success, you have to decide what success is for yourself. And for me, I get to live my dreams, and that's my living, right? Like, I have the best job in the world, and I always package it with bringing my friends out, bringing my kid out, going and seeing the world, doing like a million side quests, and also doing my job in the process. And that makes the job so much more fun and exciting, and life is limitlessly enjoyable. And I make a living off of it, right? Like, to me, that's a successful career. Like, that's a successful life, because to me, it's not like I got to go and achieve this level of success to be happy, because I won't be happy. Happiness is what you're doing right now. Going back to what Alive Again is about. Like, this is it. Are you happy now? And is this, you know, are you constantly challenging yourself? And are you constantly wanting to get better at your art, but not at the expense of your own happiness? Like, that's success to me.
The side quests are so key.
Yeah. They're so key.
They're so key. Yo, so I gotta let you know this. I was out axe throwing with some friends a while back.
Yes, that's so good.
And then the folks at the axe throwing place were like, yo, you want to try these knives? I'd never done knife throwing before. And we started, and I was like, oh my God, I'm light. I'm throwing knives. I'm light right now.
How did you do? Did you do well? I mean, it's hard.
I'm giving myself a 5 out of 10 for the first try. I can be honest. Yeah.
Okay, here's a fun way of doing it.
It's so fun.
I got really good at it over pandemic because I had nothing else to do. And to challenge myself to do better, this is really dark, but I was like, you know, every handful I had like 8 knives, and I was like, pretend each knife is going to save a friend's life. Whatever ones you don't get in, your friends don't make it. Anyways, that's a fun way.
Would you put me at the top of your list for a night?
I'm like blindfolded and
right,
oh, I'm gonna save Carlos. I could be pretty good at it. Like, oh, that's so fun. I want to go with you guys. Next time we should all 3 of us go and teach you how to do that. I found this photo too, which I just absolutely adore. As a mother of 2 daughters, to see you doing this with her is so special.
It was so fun. It was actually, you know, all her idea.
Was it?
He was like, you're gonna dress up like Sakura Miku, and I'm gonna dress up like Miku, and we're gonna go to Fan Expo, and we're gonna make this video with this song, and we're gonna do this dance. Like, it was all her idea. She's so good, and she had the best time. And we, you know, it was her first con. Took her with some of her cousins and a friend just for a few hours, and they were like, you know, 50% completely overwhelmed because it's chaotic and overstimulating, but then 50% like, we are doing this again. Let's go to another con. planning the next cosplay. Like I grew up kind of feeling like my interests were sort of the underdog interests, like only the nerds liked it. But then you go somewhere where everyone likes those things and you're like, these are my people. And I think that's what they experienced for the first time. And it's a really great feeling to find acceptance when you didn't realize other people liked the things that you liked.
Is that, you're saying like she came up with all that, and I'm sure she's watching you work, and she's living in a creative environment. All the side quests are happening. She gets to see you on stage doing your thing. Is it easy for her? Like when you watch her, do you go, oh my God, she got this so much quicker than I did, kind of thing?
Well, they have a different world than we had, right? Like their world is so much more online. I don't actually like go, no, you can't look at these things, or no, you can't. Like I rather have a conversation with her about rabbit holes on the internet or whatever might be dangerous, and to be conscious of that and be aware, and let's keep checking in, but you're allowed to have your freedoms and enjoy this world that's in front of us, because this is the world we live in. You know, it is easier for her. Like she's doing digital art and she's coding stuff, and she's playing Roblox, and she's gaming, and these are all things that I didn't even get into at that time. I don't know, we had nothing. We were like outside. And which is great.
Which is great.
Yeah, and we had our own adventures there, and that's what I had songs about that, but they have a different life. And so some things do come easier for her, and she watches me living my dreams, and I want her to know that she can live every single dream she wants and not pigeonhole herself or have any limitations of any kind. But you know, it comes with its own hardships too. I think kids are exposed to a lot more anxiety early on, and a lot more things that come with that we didn't even know about or understand. So you take it for what it is. It's just a different life than we had.
Yeah. You must love being a mom. She's at that age where you are a mom, but also a friend. You can share those moments together. It's special. It's just a great moment for you right now.
It's so great. Like, she's actually been homeschooled up until now. She's going to school for the first time this September. And because the math's getting kind of hard, but it's been easy for touring and stuff, but she's, settling down a little bit into her life as she gets older, and she's meeting all these people, and they all think I'm so cool. They like, at least they're at the stage that they think I'm cool. And so,
you're lucky.
Like following my TikTok. They're following my TikTok, and they're like, I got on Roblox, and they all play this game called Forsaken, which is all trendy among the kids. And I'm like, you know what? I'm making a Roblox account. I'm going to get in there. So I made a Roblox account. I added them all last night, and I made my character. They're like, you got to like get some better gear for your character, and you got to buy some Robux. And so I'm trying to get in there, and I'm trying to like find ways to hang.
She's a cool mom.
She's a cool mom.
We're not.
I have to tell you, I was playing, when my son got into Apex, I was playing Apex with him and his friends.
Yeah.
And they're ruthless. I couldn't, he's a nice kid, but his friends are like,
who's this dude?
They were just like, I had never in my life felt so just, my heart was ripped out of my chest. I was like, I know I'm not good at this, but come on, guys.
Treat me nicely.
It's merciless. Yeah, and also Apex is hard.
It's hard.
Yeah, no, he just sucks. That's all it is. You're on tour. We're about to wrap, but you are on tour. You'll be at Falls View Casino in Niagara. Are you excited? What do you look forward to? How do you prep? I mean, all of it for you. You must be just loving it.
Oh, I'm loving it. And A6 is so fun to play live. I think I've like hit the stride of like the balance of what can play well in your car when you're driving at night and still be so fun live. Like there's a good balance. We had a month and a half of tour dates, and then we did a bunch of summer stuff. Niagara show is going to sort of wrap up the headline gigs for the most part for the summer. And I'm excited because I want to do a couple of new songs off A6 that I haven't done. I'm going to announce maybe some additional releases for like an extended version potentially. And there's just a lot to look forward to. I'm always trying to make the show better and give people a great experience. Years ago, if you would have talked to me about this 5 years ago, or even 5 or 6 years ago, I didn't enjoy it as much. I would step on stage and be nervous, and I would be afraid. And there was a lot of like thinking people were watching me so that I could fail. And like, as recent as a couple albums go, right? Wow. And it took a long time to get to a place where I'm just like, I step on stage and I'm home, and I feel safe with everybody, and we're in this experience together. And I want everybody to be, for that 80 minutes, like just completely in a different world. And it's been really fun to build out sets that take me there, and hopefully take the crowd there too.
That's amazing. That's a really wonderful lesson, I think, for people. Again, the idea of someone watching you and thinking you've got it all together, right? Unless maybe they're interacting with you and you're telling them otherwise. But if you were to talk to someone who's feeling at that point when they're like, they know what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
They feel like they might be doing it, but it doesn't feel right. And they might be on the verge of giving up. What would you say?
If it's something that you love truly, you will get there. Like, I think everything takes time. I think if you are a real artist, you will never quite think you're good enough, and you're never going to quite think you're there. And I think Paul McCartney was the first person I ever heard say that, where he's probably one of the most accomplished musicians in the world, and he still thinks he's not good enough. And I think that's actually a great thing. If you think you're not good enough, then stick it out, because you're going to keep growing and you're only going to keep getting better. If you think you're the best artist in the world, you're probably not
Keep playing your
great.
apex.
That's true.
Yeah, keep going. Keep throwing those knives. Yeah.
Don't let those 13-year-olds.
Don't let those little kids tell you otherwise. You're awesome.
We love you. I know we're getting the wrap, but thank you so much. And I can't wait for everyone to see you in concert. And we're just so proud of you.
We're just so proud of you.
Keep
I'm
going.
so proud of you guys.
We love you. And you know what? Maybe your daughter will come on stage with you one day, right? That'd be great.
She's popped out here and there. She's really like loving the experience of bringing her friends out to the shows. And someday she won't think I'm cool, but until then I'm gonna keep trying.
The best.
I think she'll think you're cool longer than she lets on.
That's actually the realest thing. That's the realest thing you've said so far. Yeah. And you've said a lot of real things. I hope we can all go knife throwing someday.
For sure.
You don't want me to be holding a knife, no. But thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.